Hey everyone, welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name's Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. In my work with my clients, I help them use both food and lifestyle as a way to improve their symptoms and hopefully get them feeling much better than when they first came to me. So, when I was in grad school, I distinctly remember one of my professors telling me that leaky gut didn't exist and that we should not fall for the trap of fad nutrition and conditions that lacked evidence. Well, fast forward, and leaky gut is now at the forefront of so many discussions around health and wellness and backed by science. So, what is leaky gut and why does it matter for autoimmune diseases? I'll be covering this and all more today. So, before I jump in, I just need to attach my usual disclaimer to this video that the information in today's talk is not the substitute for the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. This is for informational purposes only. Please consult your qualified health professional for any changes you make to your medical care. Okay, what is leaky gut? Let's talk about that first. Leaky gut is a term that describes what we call intestinal permeability, the more proper way to label what is happening in the intestinal lining. But before we jump into that, let's back up and talk about the gastrointestinal tract. Your gastrointestinal tract, or GI tract, is essentially a long tube that runs from your mouth all the way down to your anus. And it's one of the few parts of your body that's completely open to the outside world. So, that being said, your intestinal lining has a really important job of keeping the outside world from getting into your body. The lining of the intestines is made up of epithelial cells that are connected by something called tight junctions. And these tight junctions hold these cells together and create a selective barrier that block harmful things like viruses, bacteria, undigested food particles, you name it. And they basically block these things from being absorbed by the body, but allow beneficial things to get through. So it's a selective membrane, so to speak. So intestinal permeability occurs when these tight junctions become compromised and can't produce an effective barrier. Therefore, harmful things sneak through and cause a whole host of issues. So, how does leaky gut happen? Well, leaky gut happens when the tight junctions between the epithelial cells weaken. And this can happen for a number of reasons, some of which include inflammation in the intestinal lining caused by viruses, bacteria, and/or parasites, autoimmune diseases related to the intestinal lining, such as celiac disease and inflammatory bowel disease, food sensitivities or allergies, which can damage the gut lining, certain medications like NSAIDs, steroids or antibiotics, chronic stress is a big one, poor diet, and environmental toxins. So, how is leaky gut related to autoimmune disease? Well, there have been a number of studies that highlight the prevalence of intestinal permeability in autoimmune disease. In a 2023 study from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, they examined a data set of 266 random human participants that included antibodies for intestinal permeability and autoimmune proteins. And they found that the participants with intestinal permeability antibodies had significant levels of autoantibodies as compared to those without intestinal permeability markers, implying that autoimmune diseases may share a common feature of intestinal permeability. So, why do leaky gut and autoimmune diseases go hand in hand? Well, one hypothesis pertains to the effect of leaky gut on the immune system. Invaders that basically sneak through the intestinal lining are met by the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, or GALT. And GALT is a part of the immune system that protects the gastrointestinal tract. And this causes the immune system to react and respond. And if leaky gut persists, the immune system is forced to stay on high alert to protect the body. This constant vigilance can lead to dysregulation in the immune system, where it begins to attack the body's own cells and tissues, and hence the onset of autoimmune disease. So, how do you fix a leaky gut? Well, the good news is intestinal permeability is fixable. And here are a few things you can do to start healing your intestinal lining. First, remove the things that are causing inflammation in your digestive tract. This includes inflammatory foods like refined sugar, processed foods, additives, chemicals, alcohol, food sensitivities, and intolerances. And then you want to add back in anti-inflammatory foods. So choose the foods that are rich in fiber, phytochemicals, and omega-3 fatty acids. Other healing foods to include are bone broth and fermented foods. Consider adding in both a prebiotic and probiotic supplement. L-glutamine is also another great supplement for healing the gut lining. Work on lowering stress. Stress is a big contributor to leaky gut. So work with a therapist or add in some stress relieving activities and modalities into your daily life. This could include meditation, yoga, mindfulness, even spending time in nature is shown to reduce stress. And lastly, get adequate sleep. Sleep is truly a healing modality that many of us dismiss, but it's so incredibly important. So, just to recap today, we talked about leaky gut, what it is, the connection between autoimmune diseases, and then how do you fix it. So, if you would like more help managing your autoimmune disease, your digestive issues, or you just want to reduce inflammation in your body, I would love to chat with you. I offer free 15-minute discovery calls. Go to my YouTube link profile, and there should be a link there to book a free discovery call. If not, if you can't find that there, go to my website, annierubin.com, and it will definitely be there. While you're there, I've got a bunch of free download materials, one of which includes a leaky gut guide. It's a great guide to get you, you know, to understand what leaky gut is, how it's triggered. I give you some recipes to start help fixing it. So that is a great one to check out. And lastly, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter. I put a newsletter out every Thursday. So you can either subscribe to that on my YouTube profile or on my website. If you don't follow me on YouTube, please hit the little subscribe button. These videos come out about every week. Always just trying to give you lots of information to help you live gracefully with your autoimmune disease. So please follow me. Drop things in the comments you have questions about. I'm happy to just be here to help you. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.